Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. That's right, it's Monday night, 8 o'clock, and I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and then get to my guests. Friday night, really just chilled, relaxed, didn't do much. Saturday, I actually went out Saturday night to celebrate Mother's Day instead of Sunday. My daughter's boyfriend was playing at Craft in Wantor. He plays guitar, so a whole bunch of us, me, my sister, my brother, everybody, there were like 10 of us went and had a wonderful dinner and live music, and it was lovely. Sunday was Mother's Day, and what did I do? I donated a ton of stuff to my friends Vinny and Gina from Rescuing Families because they're collecting things to sell at their thrift sale. Rescuing Families is a nonprofit. Bobby's going to put up the graphic. It's a nonprofit organization that helps people in need fix their homes, whether you have ALS and you're in a wheelchair, or you need a ramp, or you need your doors widened. They work with everybody. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization. I love them to death. And if you can't donate monetarily, then you can donate items that they can sell and raise money for. So the sale is this weekend. It's Saturday and Sunday, the 15th and 16th, okay? It's Saturday from 10 to 3, Sunday, the 16th from 10 to 2. And if it does rain, they're going to be doing it the following week on May 22nd and 23rd. Go to rescuingfamilies.org for more information, okay? Also, wanted to say to every mother, grandmother, godmother, great-grandmother, I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day yesterday. This is what my daughter got me. It says, "Thanks, Mom. I turned out awesome." I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, that's what she got me, my daughter. Yeah, she's pretty funny like her mother. So thanks, Val. Also, that's it. I want to get to my guests. So let's get to my guests because my hour goes fast. I want to say hello to Grace Matranga. Grace Gudotti Matranga, thank you for watching. Everyone like the show, please share it. I'm with Tugboat Manny. I'm with my friend who I miss dearly, who I haven't seen in a long time. I can't wait to see him and give him the biggest freaking hug. Manny is an actor and he's a comedian, and he's become such a nice, sweet, gentle giant friend of mine who I love to death, and I love doing shows with him, and we've done a few shows together. So welcome in, Tugboat Manny.
Thank you, and happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing great. I am so glad that you had me. Like I said earlier before the show, you have interviewed so many people, and so many people are so successful. I have no idea why I'm here.
Listen, you're here because you're in the entertainment industry. You're very talented, and not for nothing, you have some great cred, okay, to your resume. So let's not even go there. Let's start out by letting everybody. Hello, Bruno. Thank you for watching, my friend. ¿Cómo está? He says hello, Tugboat Manny. Okay, so let's get to it. You're a Long Island boy. Okay, you grew up on Long Island. You went to Ward Melville High School, right?
Yes.
And there was a couple of other people who graduated from that high school, and I think one's named Michael Rock Rubin, and the other one I think is Kevin James.
Yes, and also Kevin's brother Gary Valentine.
Gary, yes.
And also the WWE wrestler Mick Foley.
Mm-hmm.
And you got a couple baseball players, Steven Matz, right? And then you got my friend that I used to long snap to in high school. I was a center, and I used to snap to him for punts and field goals. And he went to college full ride and played 13 years in the NFL, Todd Salabrun.
Nice.
So I always call it the famed Ward Melville High School.
You got a nice laundry list of famous alumni, really?
Yeah, and there's plenty more. And so many successful people, and that are nurses, firefighters, to work in the medical field, and everything, you know. So it's just unbelievable.
So tell everybody what you did after high school and how you got the nickname Tugboat.
All right. Well, after high school, I worked in a flagpole factory. And that was right here, and all those flagpoles that you see holding the flags and all that stuff, and those arms over the expressways, I used to make those things. So then after that, I joined the Navy Reserves, and I am a former naval reservist, which, Teresa, you've heard of the Navy SEALs, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, I have nothing to do with them.
No.
I was actually part of Walrus Team 7. But so I moved to Florida. I drilled in the Navy 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks out of the year. I worked in restaurants. I worked in hospitals. I worked at the Boca Hotel, and then I moved back to Long Island, and I worked in a hospital.
Right.
And then I got a job working as a deckhand on a tugboat.
There you go.
So I did that for 5 years of my life, going up and down the east coast of actually it was the northeast coast, going from New York. We would load a barge the size of a football field.
Wow.
And push it. Yep, we would push it. The tug would go into the notch, the stern of the barge, and they would push it, and we would push it to Providence, Rhode Island, and then we would go to Boston, and we would discharge it. It was about 100,000, barrels, and then we would go back, and it was a contract with Exxon, or not Exxon, but one of the companies, maybe Exxon, I'm not sure. And that was one of the things that we used to do, and I was a deckhand on the tugboat. I stood there, like I said, I don't know how I'm on your show. I stood there the first day. I go, how did I get on this? I said, one of the guys said, what did you do? I said, I used to wait tables. He's like, what in the hell are you doing on a tugboat? He goes, yeah.
But for 5 years, it was a great experience, and you had a blast.
Oh, absolutely. Teresa, that's when I learned to cook. When you go on a tugboat, when you go to work on a tugboat, you just don't go to work for the day. There's no calling in sick. Like when you go to work, you go to work
on the tugboat.
You work 12 hours a day, but you're actually working more hours. I don't care what anybody says. You do get overtime and stuff, but you're working more than that, and you're up. But you're there for 2 weeks minimum. There's some day tugs where people go home and go to the tug each day and work the harbors and stuff. But you tugboat and you transport, and you're doing like this 2 week cycle, 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Down in the South, they do 4 weeks on and 2 weeks off. Okay. Up here, they do like 4 weeks on and 4 weeks off, and then you could work as much as you want. They're always looking, but it's just unbelievable. Wow. So long story short, I end up losing my job, unfortunately. And
that was in 2012?
Yeah. That was a real low point in my life. It was, Teresa, it was the best paying job I ever had. I learned to cook. I learned to walk a boat, and, I was proud, and I would get off in Staten Island, and I would drive my car over the Verrazano Bridge back onto Long Island, or Queens. People say Queens. It's Long Island, it's Brooklyn, and then, I would look out into the ocean. I'd be like, I know what it's like out there, and then I look in the harbor and see all the ships and the barges that were anchored. And I'm like, I was just really proud of what I did. I was so exhausted, physically and mentally,
Well, I'm a sucker for a man in uniform. Thank you for your service, because you served well. The Navy. My dad was in the Navy, also.
Much respect to your dad.
Thank you. Yeah. So basically, okay. So how did you get into comedy? Everyone wants to know.
Okay. All right. Well, for everybody that wants to know, my my cousin's wife, when I was in the process of losing my job, unfortunately, she didn't know if I was going back. And she said, well, if you don't go back, my son's baseball team is having a fundraiser at McGuire's Comedy Club. So I was like, I'm in. I was there a few times already.
Yeah.
So I went, and all of a sudden this comedian is on stage, and I remember 2 comedians that night, and they are so funny. the one comedian says, my doctor thinks I'm a borderline diabetic. And I could not stop laughing. And that comedian was Rich Walker.
Yeah, which is great.
So, and then the comedian that followed him was Joe DeVito.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Yep.
So after the show, I talked to Rich Walker, and he told me that he teaches a comedy class. So it was the lowest point in my life. And the day before I took the class, I was with my uncle, who unfortunately recently passed away, and I was in the hospital, and his roommate said, you know, Manny, you should think about being a comedian. And my uncle goes, he's taking a comedy class tomorrow.
Wow.
Like, my uncle was like, yeah, it was a wow moment that I had with my uncle. I was like, I get the chills thinking about it. So the way that I look at it, Teresa, I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to go for it all.
It's it.
And I said, I'm going to try to have as much fun as I can.
Yeah.
And if something good happens to me, then good for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if something bad, if it's not bad, if nothing happens, you know what? At least I could say I took a step on stage, and I'm a goofball, and I'm having fun doing fundraisers, raising money for fundraisers that mean so much to people. You never know when you're going to be doing a fundraiser for yourself.
That's
you
right.
know?
You're absolutely right. That's a class. I just want to give a shout out to Steve Lazarus teaches that class along with and Peter Bales and
Stand Up University.
Yeah, Stand Up University. That's at Brokerage. And it's a great class. Chris Roach took the class like 7-8 times. I mean,
I took it 6 times. Chris Roach took it 7 times.
Yeah, I mean, everybody goes back for more. I actually was supposed to do it myself, only because I wanted some fresh eyes and fresh ears, and maybe extend some new material. And I love Steve Lazarus. He's my man. And
I think he moved to Florida.
He's down there, but hopefully he's coming back. He says, what's there to come back for unless I have shows? And he's right. So, but hopefully he'll be back, because I really, really want to take the class with him and Peter and Rich. So you take the class, and you get to perform, right? You get to perform at Brokerage.
Yeah. And I showed up. When I showed up, I was smoking cigarettes at the time. And there was this guy, he was supposed to go first. And he was outside. And he's like, hey, man, can I have a cigarette? And he kept asking me for cigarettes. And he was nervous. He was crying. And then I go inside, and I come outside, and that dude split. I'm like, oh my God, man. Now I'm having like my family, people are texting me, yo, dude, we're here. The place was rocking. It was packed. I didn't know I was supposed to have a cheat sheet of all my jokes.
Right.
I just wrote down and had fun in class. Every day was a comedy show. You know what I mean? It was hilarious. I mean, with the teachers going back and forth, making fun of each other, and then us. And then one time I was up on stage, and I was telling them a story about the Navy, and this guy was standing in front of me with his eyes. He had tears in his eyes. He was crying. He goes, Manny, I don't care if they tell you not to do that. He goes, you need to tell that story on stage. He's like, I had to go to the bathroom. I was going to pee my pants.
Oh my God.
And this was in the middle of class. So we do all this through the class. And then I show up. I got nothing written down. I got no keywords. You're supposed to do five minutes.
Yeah.
I tell there was like over 100 some odd people there. And I'm like, I wrote my cheat sheet notes at the last minute. I'm like, I can't even read my notes, and they're all laughing.
Oh my God.
And I did 12 minutes of stage time. I didn't.
Oh man, that's a big no-no in the comedy industry for anyone who's watching.
Yes.
You have to be really strict on your time.
I walked by the people that came for me, and they were like this when I walked by.
That is hysterical. 5 minutes turned into 12. That is hysterical. Oh my God.
So,
Listen, listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break, but before we do,
okay.
I want to say hello, Nancy. Is it Weems? Weems? She says, hello, good evening. I just want to give a shout out to her. All right, listen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Everyone stay where you are.
They're all laughing. Sorry.
All right, everyone stay where you are. Live TV people, stay where you are. Don't go away. We're going to have more when we come back with Tugboat Manny. 1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516-804-6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Kristen Tinsley is the Divine Comedian, tarot reads, and spiritual medium. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel, The Divine Comedian. That's Divine, Comedian, Femedian. Check it out and let her tell you what your future holds. Val's Crafty Creations. Are you looking for something personalized? She's the one to do it. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check it out. Val's Crafty Creations. From t-shirts, stemware, houseware. She does it all for any occasion. Val's Crafty Creations.
Well, hi there, Teresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Teresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you everyone for watching the show. Please like it, please share it. I'm very, very excited. I want to thank John York from General Hospital for those fabulous words. I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that I get him on my show in 2021. Never say never. I also want to thank 1331 Mediterranean Grill, my new sponsor. I want to thank Lottie, who's there. I want you to go there, check it out. Tell them Tea Time sent you. The food is fabulous. It's very, very nice place. It's got indoor dining, outdoor dining. My girl Kristen Tinsley, I want to say hook her up, not hook her up. Get in contact with her for a reading because she's phenomenal. All right, get a tarot reading. It's wild. And Val from Val's Crafty Creations, check her out on Etsy. And she can make anything you want: t-shirts, wine glasses, whatever you want made, custom made, she makes. Okay, thank you. Now I want to get back to my man Tugboat Manny because he is an actor. He's a comedian. We talked about some comedy, how he got into comedy, who went to his high school. He's a Long Island boy, and he has performed in the first year of comedy. The man is on the Wendy Williams show. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you forgot about that?
Yeah, I got...
Yeah, wait, first year of comedy. He's on the Wendy Williams show, right? And
yeah.
then I want to say... 3 years ago, this month, Manny performed at the Borgata in Atlantic City.
Oh my God, I just got the chills. Holy cow.
So tell me how the Wendy Williams thing, because it was who you'd like to kiss under the mistletoe, and you said Big Ange because she got some big lips.
yeah, it was, it was street talk, you know? Yeah. And, you know, it's like they run up, hey, what do you think of...
So did you just happen to be there, or did you have to like send in an audition tape?
No, like like you had to send something in, and then I show up, and it was all these actors and comedians that been doing it for like years,
And
and
they
they
picked
went
you.
they went to the school of Juilliard, and I'm like, I went to stand up university, like, so they go they go they go, listen, which celebrity couple they asked me, they go, which celebrity would you most like to spend in the bedroom with? And
Oh.
I go, that's easy. I go, Prince William and Kate Middleton, because I always wanted to sleep in a king size bed. No lie. The producer and the guy holding the camera, they were both laughing. And they were like, they're like that, so I'm like, wow, that's definitely, I think I'm going to make it. Then they go, who would you like to kiss under the mistletoe? And I'm like, Big Ange from Mob Wives. Who wouldn't want to kiss those lips? But so that made it in.
Oh my God. It was so funny. I loved watching it. It was great. And then the same year, you get booked at the freaking Bagada in Atlantic City.
Well, yes. All right. Okay. I didn't get booked then, but my first year of comedy, I became friendly with Darcy Novick and
Yes.
Richie Menavini. And
Right.
one of the people said, they go, when did you start comedy? I said, March 19th, 2013. I took my first comedy class. They go, no, Manny. They go, when did you meet Darcy and Richie? I said, almost about a year into comedy. They go, that's when you started doing comedy.
Right.
And they go, and Richie and Darcy, I'm a year in comedy, and they call me up and they go, listen, you're going to be performing at the Borgata. I almost dropped the phone. I'm a year in comedy. I was on the Wendy Williams show. I'm going to
Wow.
open mics. I'm going for it. I'm doing it. And but I auditioned for the Borgata at Piccola Bussola in
Yeah. Yeah.
the old Chuckles.
Yep.
Unfortunately, that burned down. I got much respect for the Bussola family. I love those guys.
Yeah.
They let me perform at those restaurants all the time. They give me stage time, and I get to practice, and I get to, I bombed and I've done good. They've seen me grow
Yeah.
physically and as a comic too. So because of the meatballs. But yeah, but anyway, I didn't get to do the Borgata. I didn't get it, but because I have mental health issues and went to an outpatient mental health clinic, I was going to perform for friends and family night for the clinic.
Right.
And before I performed, the CEO, Mike Stoltz, said that he's friendly with somebody at the Mohegan Sun. And I sent him my tape, and I got to perform at the Mohegan Sun. And I got
Wow.
passed at the Mohegan Sun. And so
Amazing.
I at the audition for the Borgata, I was like hummada hummada hummada,
Right.
I was a year in comedy. All these guys are 10, 15, 20 years in
They were
comedy.
all seasoned.
And
Yeah.
I had a panic attack. So anyway, I did Mohegan Sun, but but Darcy and Richie, a month after my comedy class I took at Stand Up University,
Yeah.
I went to Westbury Music Fair to go see Kevin perform.
Yes.
And before I performed, I took a picture of the stage and I posted it to Facebook. It's on my Facebook. And I said, one day,
One day.
long story short, Richie and Darcy, the ones that promised me the Borgata,
Yeah.
they invited me to perform at the Westbury Music Fair.
Right. Right.
And instead of waiting outside this time for Kevin James, he was actually in the dressing room backstage giving me advice.
Right.
That's like the highlight of my career.
Is it crazy? No, 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 no. You have another one which I'm going to bring up. But how crazy is that? I mean, look, God always has a plan, and the path is already paved.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying. There are no accidents in life. You were meant to take the workshop, then you were meant, everything happens for a reason, my friend. I believe it deep into my soul. And I know that, this led you to other things. You performed, so your second year, you got to perform at Gotham Comedy Club in the city, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Because I'm part of the veteran community. What I forgot that guy's name. The comedian. Oh, he's really hilarious. I got to perform there on a Saturday
Okay.
at the 10 o'clock show.
Right.
I did 5 minutes. I did my 5 minutes. I got off, and Josh is his name, I think, and he goes, "Keep doing what you're doing," and that's all I've been doing.
That's it. That's all you've been doing. Manny, Tugboat Manny is an actor. He's a comedian. Right now we're talking comedy. We're going to take another quick commercial break. Don't go away. Stay where you are, because when we come back, we're going to talk about Babe Ruth and Don Rickles.
Oh, yeah. And the Borgata, if you want. I'll tell you about the Borgata.
1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 Newbridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516 804 6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Kristen Tinsley is the Divine Comedian, tarot reads, and spiritual medium. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel, The Divine Comedian. That's Divine, Comedian, Femedian. Check it out and let her tell you what your future holds. Val's Crafty Creations. Are you looking for something personalized? She's the one to do it. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check it out. Val's Crafty Creations. From t-shirts, stemware, houseware. She does it all for any occasion. Val's Crafty Creations.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Teresa Canastraci Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Teresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. That's right, it's Teresa, but my friends call me T. Okay, we're not golfing, we're not drinking. That's the name of the show, Tea Time. And I'm here every Monday night at 8 o'clock. And if I want to thank Sal the Voice Valentinetti for his kind words about Tea Time. And I can't wait to have Sal back on the show. Also, again, Mediterranean Grill, 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Go see my friend Robert there and have a delicious meal. And again, Kristen Tinsley, book a reading with her. And Val's Crafty Creations, check her out on Etsy. So let's come back. Let's come back to Manny, Tugboat Manny. He's an actor, he's a comedian, and Tugboat's going to talk about two biggest moments in his life. And let's talk about the Borgata real quick, and then we'll get into who you were talking to in the back of the limo.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I eventually did get the opportunity to perform at the Borgata, and not only did I get the opportunity. Normally, I think it's like you get to perform for like 4 nights or something like that. Like maybe I forget how it is, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Right. But anyway, I got to do 7 nights at the Borgata.
Wow.
And I mean, Teresa, you know what they did when they introduced? They go. You may have seen him on Comedy Central. Give it up for Tugboat Manny. I'm like, I've never been on Comedy Central.
That's funny. That is so funny. Yeah.
So all week it was like Comedy Central, and then I started believing. I was like, yeah, I've been on Comedy Central. Like it was. I just went with it. What are you gonna do?
That's great. That's great.
7
nights of heaven at the Borgata.
Oh my God! You walk out to 1,000 people. You're like, holy cow!
Love it.
You're like, oh my God! It was awesome, and the laughter. It's like thunderous laughter. It's so awesome.
It's great. It's so great. I'm glad. I am so happy for you. Everything that comes your way, you deserve, and it just makes my heart smile to hear these things. But tell me how you met Mr. Don Rickles.
Okay, I went to Westbury Music Fair again to see Don perform. And I went there with my buddy Gregory Cave, the Caveman, who I took a comedy class with at the stand-up university with, and that's how I met him.
Yeah.
So we go to Westbury like we did to many comedy shows we go to, and he had to leave. He goes, whatever you do, he goes, wait outside and meet Don Rickles. Just like you met Kevin the first time, He goes, wait, it's because we do say hello, how you doing? Yeah, I do comedy, half the time they're like, who cares? No, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
But anyway, we were out back at Westbury. It's pouring rain. If you look at my picture, I have a drop of water on my nose as I'm leaning in the limo. My sweatshirt is wet, and there's me and Don are looking eye to eye, and it's unbelievable. It's another chill moment in my life. I get the chills. We waited. There was like so many people. It was pouring rain, and then it was like an hour later. It was like half the people. And then an hour later, it was like half the people.
You waited a while, didn't you?
Waited 3 hours, and then they come out and they go, Mr. Rickles is not going to meet anybody. And it was 3 of us left. And the girl goes, I got a picture with him and Marilyn Monroe that I would like him to sign. And they go, we're sorry. So anyway, we all get in our cars, and they go, excuse me, young lady, Mr. Rickles will sign that picture. He would like to see that picture.
Oh.
So then I'm like, yo, I get out of the car. The other guy gets out. She goes up to meet him. They have a big powwow. It's beautiful. The other guy goes, and he sees me, and he does like this,
Yeah.
And I go there, and I'm like, Mr. Rickles. He's like, don't call me Mr. Rickles. I'm like, I do comedy. He's like, really? And I'm like, I said, I'm going to be performing at the Borgata. And him and his wife were like, wow. They were so excited for me,
Aww.
And he said, do me a favor, kid. He said, keep making them laugh because that's what we do. And he said, do me another favor. He said, keep my name alive. And that's something that he's told numerous people. Talk show hosts have talked about it and everything.
Yeah.
And I talk about it in my act. And
I know you do.
And the thing that I say in my act, he said, hey, kid, you're performing at the Borgata? And I said, yeah. He said, let me hear one of your jokes. And he said, do me one more favor, kid. He said, give up comedy. So that's my true story with the little twist.
Oh my God, I love Don Rickles, and that's another thrilling moment that you had. All right, let's talk about acting, my friends. You and I met, I think, through a fundraiser. We met somewhere. I don't even remember how long ago it was, but you and I have done fundraisers together, and I introduced you to Steve Vaccaro, who is the producer of Bat Boy, A Yankee Miracle.
Yes.
And him and Ray took one look at you and said, Babe Ruth. And I was so thrilled that my friend Tugboat Manny got to join me and the rest of the Bat Boy family, because it's a family, play Babe Ruth. And you have such the sweetest scene with a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
And it was great. And you were a natural. And it was lovely. And I'm excited to announce that Bat Boy will be starting up soon. We're
they're gonna do it with Babe.
I'm hoping they bring Babe back if Babe is available.
You'll be in my heart, right? That was my line.
You'll be in my heart, and we're doing shows in New York, New Jersey, I think Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Florida.
Wow.
So I am so excited to put back those wigs.
Oh, 3 wigs, great! We always laugh together there.
Yeah,
we always have a good time.
It's so much fun, and it was great.
They do so much. you guys do so much for the community.
Yeah.
And everybody does in different ways and together. It's beautiful.
Well, for those who haven't seen Bat Boy Yankee Miracle, I tell everybody you don't have to be a Yankee fan. You don't even have to be a baseball fan. This is just a true story of it, it's a tug on your heart, human interest story. It's just amazing. Everyone should see it. It is a nonprofit. All the money goes to someone in need. We raised money for a girl with cancer. We did a gentleman who had ALS. So this really is a gift of love that we do. So I'm hoping that Babe Ruth comes back to the show. But in the meantime, it was a great experience. We had a lot of fun and a lot of
actually sent me out. Someone actually sent me out with the hot dog one time.
yes.
I remember I went out on stage and I had a hot dog, and the audience just started laughing.
And it killed. You got the laugh, and that's what we want. We want the response that we're going for. But it was great. It was great that you're part of the show, and that, like I said, you're part of the Bat Boy family. I want to talk about. I know you were part of Project 9 Line, and I want to talk about that if we can, because that has to do with vets, right? There were a dozen of you.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us. I'm a former naval reservist, and I met these guys at an open mic. They started a comedy program. Patrick Donahue started Project 9 Line out here on Long Island. It helps veterans reintegrate back into society through the arts. One of the arts is comedy. That Brian Kutea started the program. He is not a veteran, but he's friends with Pat, and he teaches veterans comedy. And they happened to meet me. They put me on the show, and they liked me the first show, and then they go, "You want to be on the program?" They go, "Actually, you are the program." That's what they told me, and then I teach veterans comedy, but I don't know if I teach them anything. I just teach them what I know,
Yes.
And we have fun, and we do shows. We've all went to the Mohegan Sun, and they had the same experience that I did, which was really great. And then last year, we were supposed to perform for the VFW National Convention in Reno, Nevada, in front of 5,000 people through Veterans Comedy Assault.
Wow.
It's a branch of Project 9 Line off of, and unfortunately, it got canceled.
Yeah.
And the president was going to be there. Biden was going to be there. All these, not the same time.
Right.
They were going to fly us out. It was unbelievable.
Do you know if they're going to reschedule that, Manny?
Well, each year they have a new commander. So this year, that police officer that got shot in Suffolk County, he was saved. The gentleman came outside and saved him. He's actually the VFW commander, one of the posts here, and he put a tourniquet around that police officer's leg, and it helped save him. And they brought him to Stony Brook, and they saved his life. The new VFW commander is coming out to pay homage to him and respect.
Right.
So my buddy says, why don't you go there and say, look, we're Veterans Comedy Assault. We were going to perform, but this year they're going to do it virtually. But I'm like, so what? If we could do it virtually, let's do it virtually, and then maybe one year we could do it live, But it was all set in stone. We were going to perform in front of 5,000 people. Could you imagine that? Oh my God.
Yeah, I can.
Oh.
And you also love to give back like I do. We do a lot of fundraisers together. We love to do charity work. And you and I also joined Laughter Saves Lives with John LaRocchia.
Yep.
And have done some shows for him. You've done some veteran shows at the hospital, right?
Yep. Yeah. There's nothing like giving back. And the veteran show that one time I did, I was down in the dumps. And it was a last minute thing. I went to perform at the Northport VFW, and I performed in the psych ward. And I remember I did the first time. I brought my dry erase board, had all my keynotes on it.
Yeah.
And I did like 18 minutes or something. And then I got off stage, and one of the veterans drew a picture of me. But when I was in there, I told them, I go, my portion of the show's brought to you like Prozac. And they all started laughing. And I go, is anybody in here crazy like me? And they're like, ah! It was great. But one guy drew a picture of me, and it turned out after the show, he broke down in tears to me too.
Yeah.
He unfortunately he lost like 250 people that he was in charge of during combat, and he tried to kill himself 3 times. And he said that I helped him get through, that moment. And
Wow.
like yes, I've been very lucky, and that. But this is like, I performed here in the psych ward. I'll never forget that. I got the picture right next to my bed. I look at it every day to remind me. And that's why I'm saying the cause. We do all these causes,
Yeah.
even like that boy, I don't consider myself an actor, but I've taken acting classes, but I love improv the better,
Yeah. Yeah.
I probably like improv better than comedy, but I just get lucky and get on a couple shows here and there, whether they're fundraisers or whatever,
Yeah.
but
Well,
that
yeah, no, go ahead. But you are an actor. You step on that stage and you were
yeah,
Babe Ruth,
I get you.
you know? You
Yep.
were. And it's just, all good things are coming down the pipeline for you and me. Let me tell you, all good things. I want to take my last commercial break.
Okay.
So everyone stay where you are. Don't go away. We'll be back after these messages. More with Tugboat Manny.
Yeah.
1331 Mediterranean Grill is located at 1906 New Bridge Road in Belmore, specializing in traditional Greek cuisine. Oppa! You can dine in, take out, and they deliver. They also cater for all occasions, and they have outdoor seating. Give them a call at 516 804 6197. Check them out on Facebook and go to their website, 1331 Mediterranean Grill. Kristen Tinsley is the Divine Comedian, tarot reads, and spiritual medium. Please subscribe to her YouTube channel, The Divine Comedian. That's Divine, Comedian, Femedian. Check it out and let her tell you what your future holds. Val's Crafty Creations. Are you looking for something personalized? She's the one to do it. She's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest. Check it out. Val's Crafty Creations. From t-shirts, stemware, houseware. She does it all for any occasion. Val's Crafty Creations.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you are with me tonight. I have my fellow comedian and actor friend Tugboat Manny with me, and we've been talking about comedy and about acting, and also we're talking about giving back and doing fundraisers and special events. And the other thing that Manny and I struggle with is I know Manny struggles with anxiety and depression, and he and I have had conversations because I myself struggle with anxiety. I have my own form of PTSD. I think a lot of people have trauma in their lives, and it depends on how you deal with it. I've had a lot of trauma, and I've said it before, I've come close to dying about 6 or 7 times. My girlfriend said, you're like a cat with 9 lives. And I'm still here. He don't want me yet. I'm here for a purpose. But coming close to death puts things in perspective, and you look at things totally different. And life is a lot sweeter. And Manny and I have also connected with that, and we've talked about our struggles. And comedy helps us, right? It helps us cope.
Absolutely. I mean, it may not be documented as a medical, cure, You know, like it's not medically documented. I say this, but it really is. I mean, I heard a story. There was lady in comedy. All she did is watch comedy for days straight, and it like helped heal her. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but putting a smile on somebody's face, even your own face,
Yeah.
is healing.
Laughter is good medicine. It's good for the soul. It really is. It's just good for the soul to try to laugh. Sometimes I'll think about something funny and just laugh, and it just it gets your endorphins going, and it gets you in a better frame of mind.
You
You
know what
know.
I you know what you know what I do lately?
What?
I'll be somewhere and I'll pick up a phone and I'll be like, yeah, and like someone will be like behind the counter or wearing a hat or something. I'm like, yeah, he's wearing the same hat again, you know, and yeah, oh yeah, that person just walked in too, you know, like, and they're like, people are like, dude, you're weird. I'm
That's
like, you're
funny.
even weird. I'm like, you're even weirder for listening to me.
Right. Listening in on my conversations. All right, listen, we have like 10 little less than 10 minutes left, but I want people to know what you have coming up. You're actually performing this Wednesday night, right? It's Bike Night a Wednesday at 6:30 to 8:30 at Miller's Ale House in Lake Grove.
Yes. Yep. Each Wednesday there is a bike night event, and it's in parking lots at all different establishments all over Long Island. I've done 3 of them so far. The first one was a little rough. Nobody's really listening, you know. But you're like, hey, I'm Tugboat Manny, and boom, 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 and I'm like, and big U-Haul trucks and tractor trailers are driving by in parking lots, and
It's outside and weather
yeah,
permitting, right? Weather
yeah.
permitting.
So
And they're going to be at Miller's Ale House by me up the block on Hempstead Turnpike in June.
yeah, I'll be there. I'm doing like I do like 10 to 15 minutes of comedy.
I'm going to be there. I'll be there.
This week, Mark Mendoza from Twisted Sister is going to be there.
Yes.
Isn't that cool? I believe in going to open mics for comedy, but I
Yeah.
also believe in going to music open mics.
Yes.
That's where I would rather go. Like I would rather go to a music open mic, and so here I am. I used to go to music open mics all the time, and I still do, not all the time now, but now I'm performing with a musician. This is exactly what I want to do,
Right.
and
It's cool.
it's a fundraiser for a good cause. They're building a ceremonial NYPD funeral rig for police officers that unfortunately pass away.
Yeah.
It will be their last ride.
You know, maybe I'll show up on Wednesday night because I'm already out in Patchogue. So maybe I'll just stay out there and show up.
Okay,
You let me
definitely.
know. You know what? We'll talk before Wednesday. We'll meet
Yeah,
up. Maybe we'll have a appetizer or something. I'll get there early.
we'll get the zingers
Okay.
with the blue cheese.
Okay.
Oh,
So where else are you performing other than a Wednesday? What else you have going on?
well, I mean, I just somebody, believe it or not, June 5th, I want you on my show. I'm doing a show at Kim's Cafe inside of Joe's Campus Heroes in Selden, and it's a beautiful cafe. And they had me do comedy there.
Yeah.
I've done a few shows, and it's great. It's a small,
Nice.
beautiful little room, and I want you on the show. So make sure you write it down.
I wrote it down and I got to make sure I have no conflicts,
Yeah.
because I'm so wanted. All right, so
So,
listen. So
so
I want everyone to follow you, okay? You have your own website, right? It's
no, well,
www. What?
yeah,
You have
yeah,
a listen, you got it. It's
okay.
www.tugboatmanny.com. So check out his website. You're also on Instagram as Tugboat Manny. You're also on
Yeah.
Facebook. You're all over the place. I want people to watch you, follow you, stalk you, show up and see you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I got a few of those pages, yeah, and I try to keep it active, like what I'm doing, and Teresa, like I got no lie, I got a mess. This is how it happens. I got a message today from somebody. Hey, I don't know if you know me, but I was at that autism fundraiser that you were at. The one that you were at was all good comedians.
Yeah.
And they go, you were a big hit that night. The president of the Nassau Suffolk Autism Society wants you on their show and for their autism awareness show, and that's in October. So I called them up. I'm like, Deb, they told me all about the fundraiser. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm in. Like, and that's all because somebody saw me, and like, that's how it goes. And
That's
and
it. You never
you
know.
never know.
And isn't that great? It's great. It's just great when people come up to you after a show and they just so sweet and they just give you these beautiful accolades. I mean, I love when people take the time to come up to me and talk to me, you know?
I
It's
don't know what that feels like.
Yes, you do. Stop it. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All right, so we have like 3 minutes left, Manny. So, what
Okay.
do you want to talk about for 3 minutes?
Oh, let's talk about the UFC.
Yeah.
I'm a big UFC fan. I love MMA, mixed martial arts. I have
Well,
so much respect. Unfortunately, my favorite MMA fighter broke his leg a couple weeks ago. Chris Weidman. He his tibia and fibia snapped in two on the first kick of the fight. So I
oh,
wish him a speedy recovery. I love the UFC. I love Chris Weidman. I'm always with Weidman. He's my favorite UFC fighter. But I respect all MMA, mixed martial arts, whether it's the jujitsu, uh, Thai boxing, or all MMA. It doesn't matter. I just love it all, and all different organizations. But I love the UFC, and I'm so happy for their success. And also, congrats to Canelo Alvarez for a fight. Oh my gosh, he's unbelievable. He won. He sold out this stadium, 73,000 people. It was beautiful. Did I lose you? I don't know what happened.